Spiritual formation. Greetings, everyone. This is Dr. Gary, and thank you for giving me a few moments as we explore what it means to be formed spiritually. This approach to personal devotion assumes that we need to tend our gardens. It's not just about planting our faith. Today's church is often really focused on helping people to become believers. But this recognizes that once we become believers, we need to tend to our own heart. We daily tend to an aspect of devotion. I love the way C.S. Lewis put this. One of the great apologists of our time said, "A man can't always be defending the truth. Sometimes he has to feed on it." All of us need to take a step back. We need to connect with the Lord daily, to draw from the well of God's love and God's presence. That creates a dynamic in our life that nothing else can substitute. Not self-discipline, certainly not any sense of natural goodness, but the presence of God speaking into our life, creating a hunger for Him. We are formed into different people, and it's not something that we can ever store up and do without. It's not a bad expression of our personal devotion that we need every day to stay sensitive to God's voice. We need every day to invite His presence to shape us and be part of us. And that's what the sacred pathways teach. How do we cater to that? How do we know how God made us so that we can feed our faith on a regular basis? So we need to tend to our garden. To review the 9 sacred pathways that we have been looking at prior to this shortcast, go back into the video archives and review WHM 432 through WHM 440. Scan the QR code and enter the episode WHM 432 in the search line to begin your review of these 9 sacred pathways and thereby answering the question, so what do we do about tending our garden? How do we do that? How does it work best in us? I hope you'll also grow in your sense of understanding toward others. It's not about just learning who you are, but an appreciation for how God created others. That's what I found when small groups and churches have gone through this content and this material. That so many fights and the worship wars are based because we just don't understand. Oh, that's why that's so important to you, or that's why it's so painful when that's taken out. We don't recognize that a lot of people, that's really how they connect with the Lord. And when we understand that God has given us different temperaments, we can appreciate each other. And finally, I really see the pathways as sort of the foundation of spiritual formation in this regard. When we spend time in God's presence, we're changed. God isn't an inert presence. He is a dynamic presence. It's impossible to genuinely interact with God and not be transformed in this process. This is such a great invitation because every day we're surrounded by ugly attitudes that drag us down. We're assaulted by false teaching and lies and false assumptions and discouraging truths, and we have the opportunity every day to look on a perfect God of beauty and hope and love and brilliance, encouragement, grace, acceptance, and truth. Why don't we take advantage of this? Why would we want to live one day without a spiritual fix in the sense of time in God's presence? It's not like we want to leave God's presence. We want to carry that presence on with us, but we have time each day where we're really particularly focused on God. Well, our time has come and gone on this episode, and I thank you for giving us that time. If you would be so gracious to share this information on your social platform, it would be greatly appreciated to let others know about this opportunity of learning and growing in spiritual formation. Again, go back in the shortcast and make sure you scan the QR code so that you can go back and review the 9 sacred pathways of spirituality and how God has formed you, not only to help you, but help you understand other people's temperament. Well, until we can meet again, we bid you Godspeed. Bye for now.